Fox Sports.
We are the North. We are the West.
Your American League champion Rangers return home triumphantly after one of the most successful road trips in franchise history. Tonight, in front of a packed ballpark in Arlington, they take on Alex Rodriguez, Mark Teixeira, and the New York Yankees. Night for baseball. The best team in baseball returns home to begin a three-game series against the New York Yankees. The Rangers off winning 8 out of 9 on the trip, coming at 13-3. And it's already been a memorable evening. Maybe the best catcher in baseball history. Pudge Rodriguez honored for his retirement before the game and setting a new standard for throwing out the first ball the way only he could. We'll be back and talk Yankees-Rangers coming up. Baseball on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Visit your local Ford dealer and drive the 2012 F-150 Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Ford is the best in Texas. By Budweiser, great times are waiting. Grab some buds. And by the Progressive Insurance Group for money-saving car insurance quote. Call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE today. Jam-packed the ballpark. Close to 50,000 should be here for the first game of the year between Rangers and the Yankees. Welcome, Dave Barnett, along with Tom Grieve, fresh from a terrific job taking part in the Pudge Rodriguez ceremony.
A lot of fun.
And the matchup tonight, left-handers. Derek Holland, who's been pitching very well for the Rangers. CC Sabathia, who has not pitched that well so far.
No, and it's not unusual for CC Sabathia to get off to a little bit of a slow start, but one thing you know, when the season's over, he's probably going to win 19 games. He's done that at least over the last 3 seasons. His ERA is a little high, been throwing the ball well, hasn't really located his fastball the way he normally does. For Derek Holland, he's picking up where he left off last year. He's off to a great start. He's 2-0. Opponents are only hitting 164, so it's the veteran CC Sabathia and the youngster Derek Holland going at it tonight. Should be fun.
And as the Rangers take the field, let's welcome down on the field Emily Jones.
Well, Dave and Tom, we all know that they don't hand out championships in the month of April, and this team is not into making statements. However, a 13-3 start and an 8-1 road trip does say something about this squad, especially according to its manager.
We're a very confident group, and you know, they love to play the game of baseball, and that's what we're going to do. And but we're not thinking about a 13-3 start. We're just thinking about what we can do today to have a good day against the New York Yankees.
Ron Washington with tonight's Geico quote of the game. Wash went on to say that it does say that this team's starting pitching is a little bit better than others thought, and he said that with a nice little wry smile on his face. Also went on to say that this team worked a lot harder in spring than a lot of people thought they might because of the fact that they went to back-to-back World Series. So he says he is not surprised by this baseball. He hopes it continues.
And thanks, Emily. Ron Washington bringing a team home with a 5.5-game lead in the American League West. Stretched the division lead by 5 games and winning 9 of their last 10. And here is the Joe Girardi Yankee lineup tonight. We'll begin with the veteran, the ageless shortstop, Derek Jeter. Nick Swisher is in right. Robinson Cano batting third and playing second. A-Rod cleanup hitting third baseman with Mark Teixeira at first. Curtis Granderson in center. Former Ranger Andrew Jones in left. Eduardo Nunez is the DH. He'll hit 8th ahead of the catcher Chris Stewart. And Derek Holland trying to beat the Yankees for the first time in the regular season tonight.
Well, Derek's off to an excellent start. 2-0 in his first 3 starts. With a little luck, he could have won that other start. His last 13 games started, including the postseason. Wow, 9-0 with a 2.69 ERA. He comes into the game with a 164 opponent's average. He's only given up 12 hits in 20 1/3 innings. Good matchup tonight, and he'll be tested because the Yankees are hot, and they've got an excellent offensive team to begin with.
Derek Jeter goes after the first pitch. Backhand pick and a strike just a little bit late by Ian Kinsler. Tough ball to get to, even harder to make an accurate throw, but Ian managed.
Well, Jeter's off to a great start. He's to the Yankees what Ian Kinsler is to the Rangers, getting on base and making things happen. Wasn't an exceptionally hard hit ball, but it was up the middle and he was able to beat it out.
And with that, Derek Jeter needed only 1 pitch to extend his hitting streak to 13 straight. 3,115th hit of his major league career, 18th all time. And here is Nick Swisher, switch hitter, who was not hitting all that well so far. And a small sample batting right-handed, just .235. So that's only in 17 at bats. Left-handed, .302 in all 4 of his homers and all 20 of his runs batted in. And an exclusive club there with Paul Konerko and David Ortiz, 20 or more homers each of the last 7 seasons. Swisher over from the White Sox, November of '08. Broken bat grounder. And the play at first on Nick Swisher as Jeter takes second.
Good sinker toward the outside part of the plate. Swisher's bat just kind of exploded on that ball. Wasn't hit hard enough to get the lead runner at second base, so Jeter is in scoring position with 1 out.
And that'll bring up Robinson Cano. Not off to much of the start by his lofty standards. Only 1 homer, 3 runs batted in, and currently in a 2 for 14 slump as he arrives in Texas. Holland starts him with a strike.
Well, one of the keys for Derek, one of the keys for Matt Harrison is to be able to throw in to the left-hand hitters. And one of the reasons they're both off to good starts is because they've been able to do that. It's especially important for Matt Harrison. Lefties hit him well last year, but they have not hit him well this year. Throwing in to the lefties has really turned it around for him early in the season. And there's a couple of strikes on Cano with 2 good fastballs in. One thing about the 6 o'clock game, sun will be an issue in left field. It sets behind the stands down the first baseline and shines directly in the eyes of the left fielder. It gets, I think, the worse as it goes down right above the stands. That's when any kind of a soft line drive goes right through the sun. You see Josh is blocking the sun before the pitch is even thrown. Staying right in there with a fastball.
Derek Holland coming off a 6-3 win in Fenway Park over the Boston Red Sox, in which he went 7 innings, allowed 2 runs on 4 hits.
Watch Josh as the pitch gets ready. He's got sunglasses on. That helps a little bit, but it's still very glary out there.
Line drive, right field, taken on a hop by Cruz. And good thing Jeter was held at third by Rob Thompson.
He kept throwing him fastballs, maybe a little bit too good of a pitch on no balls and 2 strikes. And to a hitter like Cano, once he senses that that's the way you're trying to pitch him, he'll make a little bit of an adjustment. But you can see the 4th pitch was right down the center of the plate, and that one didn't get in where he wanted it. No balls and 2 strikes especially. That was not where Derek was trying to throw that ball.
So 1st and 3rd, 1 out, and here is A-Rod, greeted by the usual full-throated chorus of boos back here in Arlington. And it's been a slow start. In fact, A-Rod looking for his first hit this year against a left-handed pitcher. He is 0 for 17 for the season coming into tonight against Holland.
And I think for a guy that's played for a long time, that's just one of those statistical variations that happen from time to time. I can't imagine there's any reason for that, other than that's just the way he started the season.
Making up for it against righties. He's hitting .341 against them and evens out to .241 for the year. Typical numbers against the Rangers. Throw those numbers up against just about any team, and it'd be pretty close for Alex Rodriguez. Infield double play depth, and 2 balls and a strike. A-Rod starts this series with 631 career home runs, 5th on the all-time list, 29 behind Willie Mays. More homers than any infielder in baseball history. Only 2 this year. And takes low, 3 balls and a strike. And Mark Teixeira in the on-deck circle. A-Rod 131 to Barry Bonds. Let's see if he stays around long enough, effective long enough to make an assault on the all-time record. Couldn't catch up to that one at 94 miles an hour, and it's 3-2.
Well, that's just the way it's set. 3 balls and 1 strike. Didn't catch up with it. Looking fastball and wasn't able to make contact with it.
More heat here.
I gotta throw him. You want to throw him a strike? You threw the fastball by him. I don't see any problem with going back with a fastball.
First little check at first, and Cano is back.
The hitter is probably a little more susceptible to swinging at a slider down and in right now after that 94-mile-an-hour fastball 3-2 than he was at 2-1 when he was able to take it. A little bit different now.
Here's the 3-2, and it's inside, and the bases are loaded. Loaded with 1 out for Mark Teixeira. The Yankees make a habit of scoring in the first inning. They have done so in 6 of their 9 wins so far this year. And when they score first, Joe Girardi's team is 5-0.
Well, one of the reasons is because Derek Jeter has been so hot. Jeter's on base percentage is over 40%. So he's been getting on base, and when he does in the first inning, it's led to a lot of runs.
Kerr for strike 1 to Teixeira. Eight straight 3,100 seasons. And quickly behind 0 balls and 2 strikes. Teixeira this year is a little better right-handed than left-handed. He's .316 from this side, .275 from the left side of the plate. Homered from both sides of the plate just Saturday in that incredible comeback win at Boston. And this 0-2 pitch is foul, and that sends Rob Thompson scrambling into fair territory. Derek Jeter had to avoid that one. Hit hard into the corner. 7 grand slams for Teixeira.
Yeah, no balls and 2 strikes with the luxury of trying to make a pretty good pitch like that.
Exactly like that. Out number 2.
He was trying to make a good pitch to Cano. He just caught the plate. Cano took advantage of it with a base hit. This time 0-2. He buries that slider down and in, and Teixeira cannot make contact with it. But you got another tough hitter, which basically you got all the way through this lineup. Curtis Granderson hitting 6th. Has 6 home runs on the season, so you bear down and make good pitches to him too.
First pitch a little bit inside. Granderson with 3 home runs Thursday against the Twins, and they were all in the first 4 innings of that game. First 3-homer game at the new Yankee Stadium. On the inside corner, says Tim McClellan, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, Tim McClellan has a distinctive strike call. It's just a hair late. He really concentrates, and his arm doesn't come up simultaneously with the pitch. It's usually a little bit late. Well, sometimes you go, oh, that must have been a ball, and whoops, there comes the right hand for a strike.
1-1, and it's grounded foul, and Holland a strike away from leaving the bases loaded here in the first. Some fans still making their way into the ballpark for the early start. Most are here and being heard from. With Jeter at third, Cano at second, A-Rod at first, and 2 outs. And the 1-2 pitch to Granderson. Looped into shallow center field, a base hit, and that'll score 2. Jeter home, Robinson Cano behind him, and it's 2-0 Yankees. Not much contact at all, but out there far enough to do the job.
Trying to throw him a fastball in. He gets it in, not necessarily as far in as he might have liked it, but he jams Granderson. Just a little blooper, and it finds a hole.
So another productive first inning for the Yankees. And the number 7 hitter, Andrew Jones, turning 35 today, birthday boy. Hitting just 182 on the year. 2 homers, 4 driven in. In there at the knees for a strike. Andrew with the Rangers, 2009. And that has been the case for some years. 400 homers, 10 Gold Gloves with Junior, Willie Mays, and Mike Schmidt. And stepped out on that one. Andrew's last Gold Glove was 2007. And he is at 422 lifetime homers, 45th on the all-time list. Bunch of all-star teams, but not since 2006. Gone from superstar to outfield piece for the Yankees. Left field today. That's in there. And it's a ball and 2 strikes.
Derek's been ahead of a lot of the hitters. He was ahead of Cano 0-2 when he got his hit. Ahead of Granderson 1-2.
Popped into shallow center field. Gentry comes into the shade. But the Yankees get first in the first. A 2-run, 3-hit inning. They leave 2. 26 pitches for Derek Holland. Bat at the bottom of the first, trailing 2-0. Ian Kinsler hitting .284, 4 homers, 11 runs batted in. Stepping in against Karsten Charles Sabathia, 31-year-old, 6'7", still listed at 290 pounds, and 1-0 in his first 3 starts.
Yeah, his ERA is 5.59, not where it will be at the end of the year. Second in Major League Baseball in strikeouts since 2001. Definitely a strikeout pitcher, and a good one. Last 3 starts against Texas last season. He won 2 of them, but the Rangers scored some runs against him. His ERA was over 5. The other thing you notice about him, at least between now and last season at the end, he's lost some weight. Definitely trimmed down. Last year he got a little bit big by the end of the year. Postseason didn't finish very strong either. This might be either he's got a giant uniform or he's slimmer now than he has been the last 4 or 5 years.
Maybe laying off the sugary cereals. Line drive in front of Andrew Jones, and Ian Kinsler starts the Ranger first with the base hit. Here's the rest of Ron Washington's lineup. Elvis Andrus next up, then Josh Hamilton, who is in left field today. Michael Young at third. Some pretty good news about Adrian Beltre will pass along. Mike Napoli is at first. Nelson Cruz at right. Yorvi Torialba catching. The DH is Brandon Snyder batting eighth, and Craig Gentry is in center field. Word on Beltre is it is soreness around his left hamstring that caused him to leave the game the other day in Detroit early, but it is not a strained hamstring. It's just in the area. And Ron Washington even hinted before the game that we might see him tonight, maybe available to pinch hit. Adrian saying when it happened, he didn't think he would miss more than 2 or 4 games at the most. Hoped to be ready to play tonight, starting this homestand.
If you're going to hit a line drive to left field, now's the time to hit it. That sun is right in Andrew Jones's eyes.
And that is off the fist, but dumped into right field, and that'll send Kinsler around to third. Big turn. Elvis holds at first. The Rangers in business on the corners with nobody out for Josh Hamilton.
The ball that Ian hit to left field probably wasn't a ball that Jones could catch anyway, but if it was, I don't think he would have caught it. He just shielded his eyes and waited for it. Fastball from Sabathia. Elvis drops it into right center field, first and third. The Rangers trying to strike right back after the Yankees got 2 in the top of the inning.
And here, the most dangerous hitter in the American League. Maybe second in the majors, only to Matt Kemp through these first few weeks. And first pitch rolled to Cano. Elvis taking his time and a rundown, allowing Kinsler to score before he's tagged out.
Yeah, Kinsler was going to score on that play. The only question was whether Elvis would be able to get to second before the throw. And we saw this play the other day in Detroit with Brandon Inge at second base. The Rangers pulled that play off. Inge made a bad throw to first. Cano's a veteran and a really good defensive player. He plays this ball right. Elvis stops, try to avoid a double play, but Cano makes him move back toward first, throws and gets the out, and then they get him in a rundown. And either way, Kinsler was going to score the first run.
So it goes as a 4-3-6 double play, and here's Michael Young with the bases clear down, 2 outs. Some of the best numbers of anyone in his career against Sabathia. And Michael coming in with a 10-game hitting streak. Tim McClellan, as we said, is behind the plate. Ted Barrett at first, Brian Runge at second, and Marvin Hudson is at third. Only player in the league with a longer hit streak than Michael's 10 is Derek Jeter, who's extended his already tonight to 13. And back to Sabathia to end the Ranger first. A lot of action for only 10 pitches thrown by CC Sabathia. Run on 2 hits. It's 2-1. which includes Jim Knox.
All right, thanks, Dave. Plenty of Pudge fans in the stands rooting the Rangers on. A community corner tonight. We're talking about when the Rangers were busy Saturday in Detroit. Back at home at Pleasant Oaks Park, the Just Keep Living Foundation helped clean that up for opening day for the Dallas RBI program, restoring baseball in the inner cities. Rangers Foundation, a big part of that. To find out more about that program and, of course, Just Keep Living, log on to TexasRangers.com/foundation. Dave?
All right, Jim. DH Eduardo Nunez leading off the second inning with a chop right back to Derek Holland. Did not have to move for the first out. Almost got through the jam he had in the first inning. He had 2 outs, 2 strikes on Curtis Granderson. Managed to muscle that 2-run bloop single out to center field. But then he got Jones on the fly ball. He's got Nunez to begin the second. And here is the number 9 hitter, the catcher, Chris Stewart, who has not played at all their last 4 games. For that, Tuesday against the Twins, the best game of his career. 2 for 4, 3 runs batted in. Stewart over from the Giants for a minor league pitcher just 18 days ago. And back for his 3rd stint in the Yankee organization.
You know, the guy that always seemed like he played well against the Rangers was Francisco Cervelli, their backup catcher. Kind of glad he's not in there. He always seemed to be a pesky player that made something good happen for the Yankees.
Stewart, an easy out number 2.
And what Derek needs right here is just what he's on the way to getting. Nice quick inning after a long first inning. Made a lot of good pitches in the first inning, but he made one mistake for sure was the one to Cano. He got the fastball right in the middle of the plate. Tough to call the one to Granderson a mistake. It was a pretty good pitch, and he got jammed and just ended up blooping it in there. Not much you can do about that.
So back to the top of the order, and Jeter got it started with the infield single on the first pitch. Jeter hitting .391 this trip and absolutely destroying left-handed pitching so far this year. He is 14 for 24.
Well, the other thing about Jeter, he's got 4 home runs already. He only had 6 all last season. Jeter got off to a really bad start last year. He was having a hard time pulling the ball at all, hitting the ball weakly to right field. But he turned it around. He had an injury, went down to Florida, worked on his swing with Gary Denbo, his first batting instructor, made some changes and came back and finished strong. He's off to a great start this year. See ya. Oh.
Boy, it looked like it. Holland thought he had him at the knees.
Let's see. Let's see where that pitch was. It's not low.
Oh, boy.
I mean, that's all the way in the strike zone right there.
That's painted. McClellan saw it as a ball, so the 1-2 pitch. Not many pieces of evidence that Derek Jeter is almost 38.
You're not kidding about that.
3 of the top 4 hitters in the league in this series.
You look at his body standing at the plate, and I don't think you could tell the difference between now and 10 years ago.
2 months away from his 38th birthday. Now it's 2-2. His 3,000th hit in dramatic fashion, a grand slam last year at Yankee Stadium. 26 hits behind Tony Gwynn for 17th on the all-time list, and making Holland work.
When Jeter had his contract expire, when the Yankees negotiated with him for the second one, there was a little bit of an antagonistic negotiation going on. Jeter ended up getting somewhere around $18 or $19 million for 3 years, and some people speculated it might be too long of a contract and for too much money, that Jeter might not live up to that contract. But He's had other ideas about that.
He's making that talk look pretty silly.
I guess so.
Signed through next year, an option for 2014, when he will turn 40.
He's turned this into a long at bat.
Yeah, Holland not getting that pitch that looked like strike 3 at the knees. This is going to be a nice quick 8-pitch inning.
No, that should have been a strike. Tim McClellan's an excellent umpire, a veteran umpire. He doesn't miss many, but sure looked like he might have missed that one.
This now the 9th pitch of the at bat. And a base hit. Quintessential Derek Jeter. Battling, extending the at bat, foul ball after foul ball till he got one he could drive, and he's 2 for 2 already. So Jeter at first, 2 outs, and here's Nick Swisher. Swisher grounded to second in the first. And this inning now quite a bit longer than it looked like it should have been.
Yeah, if he got the strikeout when he deserved it, probably saves him 10 pitches. 8 anyway. Depending on what happens here, maybe more.
Through 26 in the first. This is his 16th of the inning. Swisher ties himself in a knot, missing that one, 1-1. Not quite the way Adrian Beltre does that. Adrian keeps his balance.
Adrian goes down on his knee while he's making contact, not after he misses.
Pretty often still down on that knee. He watches the trajectory of a ball he's sending into the left field seats. That one is hit high and deep. Hamilton is back at the track, makes the catch up against the wall.
It doesn't go over the fence. Josh has got a great chance to catch it. He stayed right with it. Battled the sun, too, and stayed with it.
Holland overcoming the 2-out single by Jeter. Thanks to Josh. Still 2-1. Mike Napoli to lead off the Rangers second, and he takes low for ball one from CC Sabathia. Mike at 286, second in the league, 6 homers, 7th, 13 RBIs. And Saturday, in the nightcap of the doubleheader, Detroit saw his 5-game homer streak end. He struck out as a pinch hitter. Always hit Yankee pitching well, though. That's in 28 games. 18 RBIs. He scored 21 runs. Just on the inside corner. Cruz will be next, and then Yorvi Torrealba.
A lot of respect for Napoli, obviously, the way he's swinging the bat. Did not see a fastball 2-0. Saw a slider instead.
Just missed that one straight back, and it's 2-2. Sabathia, as usual, the opening day starter for the Yankees, got a no decision at Tampa Bay, allowed an early grand slam. He went 6 innings, 5 runs on 8 hits. He came back to beat Mariano Rivera in that game on a walk-off single off the wall by Carlos Pena. Sabathia also a no decision at Baltimore. 6 innings, 4 runs on 8 hits. His win was Tuesday against the Twins, 8-3. 3-2 pitch. Swung on, and Stewart with throw down to first to complete the first strikeout of the night for Sabathia. Ranger fans, Chevy is proud to present a new show called Chevy Hometown Kids. It's not about the score, it's about the experience. So tune in each Saturday at 10 a.m. here on Fox Sports Southwest, or you can visit hometownkids.tv for more information. Tempting treats out there. That is out in the new center field plaza area, the Budweiser bow tie. They look to be jammed. A lot of standing room only fans out there. As Cruz takes strike one. Well, he has it going. Went through an 0 for 15. Last 7 games, he's had at least 2 hits in 4 of those. Bounces this one over to Derek Jeter, and the low throw in and out of the middle to Teixeira, and Cruz is safe.
Yeah, 2 unusual things about that play. Number 1, a careless throw from Derek Jeter, and number 2, Mark Teixeira didn't pick it out of the dirt. There haven't been many much better than Teixeira at that play, but he couldn't pick that one. Goes as a very, very uncommon error. Jeter normally very steady, as is most major league shortstops on that play. So nice break for the Rangers to get a base runner there.
First error of the season on Derek Jeter. So can the Rangers make them pay for not executing the routine play? It should have been out number 2. And here is Yorvi Torrealba hitting well with a 7-game hitting streak at .333. And he's hit well against Sabathia at .333 as well. Yorvi's streak tied for the 5th longest active in the American League. And a curve for a strike, 1-1. Yankees at 9-6, tied for the East lead with Toronto. And the Rangers at 13-3, the best record in baseball, best in the West by 5.5 games. That's the lead over the A's. 6.5 over Seattle and 7 over the Angels. New York, Toronto just a half game ahead of both Baltimore and Tampa Bay. And the Red Sox with a 5-game losing streak, swept by the Yankees at Fenway, down 4.5. Lofted high out to left field, and over a few steps forward is Andrew Jones for the second out. The brand new Batter's Eye Club here at Rangers Ballpark overlooks center field, providing an unparalleled view from the lower level. This modern venue serves as a party suite for over 100 guests. And individual all-inclusive tickets are available for some games starting at only $75. Visit TexasRangers.com/batterseye for details.
Oh, so they would be a little cheaper.
So 2 outs, Cruz still at first. And the DH, Brandon Snyder, takes a strike. This is Brandon's 3rd start, his first at DH. He has been at first base his first 2. First start there was a 3-hit game for him at Minnesota, beginning of the road trip. 0-2. The Rangers on that road trip, Tom, scored 63 runs, 7 runs per game. The Phillies all season have scored 43 runs. The Pirates all season have scored 30 runs. Rangers had more than double that just in going 8-1 on that trip.
Yeah, Philadelphia's still 7-9 with only that many runs. But pretty good pitching staff they've got there. Pittsburgh somehow has won 6 games, scoring 2 runs a game.
Yeah, their pitching has been pretty much lights out as well. 0-2 pitch just outside. Season series dominated by the Yankees last year. They played as if they had some revenge on their mind after losing the ALCS previous year to the Rangers, and they won 7 of the 9 regular season meetings. 2 strikeouts in the second inning for Sabathia, and after 2, still 2-1 New York. Southwest brought to you by Geico Insurance. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. By the all-new Mazda CX-5 with 35 highway MPG. And by Ace Cash Express, earning your trust since 1968. Cano, A-Rod, and Teixeira, 3-4-5 in the Yankee lineup. In the 3rd inning, they lead 2-1. Robinson Cano contributed to the 1st inning, singling on an 0-2 pitch. And he and Jeter coming home on the 2-out single by Curtis Granderson. can make the case we have the two best second basemen in baseball in this series, Cano and Kindler. Napoli to the bag. Ahead of Holland covering, makes the play unassisted for out number 1.
Yeah, Derek really didn't get over there quick enough. Napoli had to take it himself, which was no problem for him. One of the things that a left-hand pitcher has a problem with when he falls off toward third base is getting turned around again to go toward first base. Derek just a tick slow getting to first base, but luckily Mike was close enough to the bag. And if he wasn't close enough to the bag, Derek probably would have beaten Cano just by a whisker.
Alex Rodriguez worked a walk in the first inning. Gentry swung considerably over to the opposite field, out in center field. You're out only 2 homers so far this year. 4 RBIs. He is 9th on that all-time list with 1,897. That's 6 behind Willie Mays. 29 homers behind Mays. 13th all-time in runs, 10 behind Craig Biggio. At age 36, he'll turn 37 in July and swings through that one at 93.
Yeah, that's what Derek was trying to throw him when he walked him, was a strike with a fastball. He'd thrown the 3-1 fastball right by him just like that. Then he threw ball 4. If he threw another fastball for a strike, he probably would have gotten it.
And again at 93 miles an hour here, A-Rod fouls it off. You'd be wondering with Tim McClellan behind him if it would have been a strike. Three-time MVP. And again works the count full. Mark Teixeira on deck. Most fans have made it in now. It's only about 10 minutes shy of the usual start time here at the ballpark. An hour early tonight. Should be close to 50,000 when they're all here. And A-Rod works his second walk. The all-new $2 Powerball from the Texas Lottery has landed, and the current estimated annuitized jackpot is $173 million. Play today because Powerball has changed for the bigger. 1 out, 1 on for Teixeira. He struck out swinging in the first. And takes inside. Holland getting that one up. Teixeira with the swing and the miss. One ball, one strike. Top 2 hitting teams in the American League. Roller for Elvis. To second for 1. In time for 2. It goes 6-4-3 for the double play. Just 13 pitches needed for Holland to get through the third. Craig Gentry ready to lead off the bottom half of the third. The Yankees leading the Rangers 2-1. All the scoring in the first inning tonight. And Craig batting .273. 2 RBIs. Both coming on the road trip. He hit .353 in Minnesota, Boston, and Detroit. Right at Andrew Jones and left.
That would have been a nice one to hit about 25 minutes ago. The sun has gone down now behind the stadium, so Andrew didn't have any problems with that. Might have had some problems about a half an hour ago, though.
Fans 13 and under can join the official Kids Fan Club of the Texas Rangers. Membership in the Junior Rangers Club, presented by Dr. Pepper, is only $15 and provides your Junior Ranger with a sports duffel bag, rope necklace, ticket vouchers and coupons, and front-of-the-line access to run the bases after Sunday afternoon games. Sign up at TexasRangers.com.
Got a couple of people to thank for the goodies tonight. Debbie, Tora, Taylor, and Cody Beggs. Here celebrating Taylor's 24th birthday. Thank you very much for the cupcakes. And Shirley Coast, our cookie lady, for the gumdrop cookies.
1 ball, 1 strike to Ian Kinsler. He scored the Ranger run. Leadoff single. Andrews singled him to third, and he scored on the double play grounder off the bat of Hamilton. That one down the middle. He looked at it, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Rangers facing the winningest pitcher in baseball since his debut in 2001. And he went around on the breaking ball.
He's got some good breaking pitches working for him today. Hasn't had to use his fastball. He's been able to go to his slider. Strikeout to Napoli was a slider, and you won't see Ian swing and miss like that many times. Really fooled him with a really good slider.
Well, that's what the people who follow the Yankees told us before the game, that Sabathier's fastball command so far has been just so-so, and his curve and change have been saving it.
Well, when you're a veteran and you've pitched for 12 years in the big leagues, 11 or 12 years in the big leagues, you've developed other ways to get the job done.
Elvis rockets one past A-Rod, who was in on the grass, and Andrus is 2 for 2.
Sabathia, the last 3 years, has won 19, 21, and 19 games. First pitch fastball right down the middle of the plate, and Elvis takes a big swing at it. A-Rod's playing in. Make sure you get your glove up for that one, Alex.
So Andrus has 2 of the 3 Ranger hits, and here's Hamilton.
When you look at big contracts, 7, 8 years, over $100 million, you can find a lot of them that don't look very good for the team. But with Sabathia, when the Yankees signed him to that contract, you knew he was a workhorse. You knew he'd throw 225 innings, and he's a quality pitcher. He was one of the safer bets for that kind of a contract. And he's paid off the Yankees for that contract. Last 3 years, won 59 ball games.
Had an out clause, but re-signed on Halloween, and this is the 4th year of the 8-year deal. Seems like he should be older than 31, around as long as he's been. No balls and 2 strikes to Hamilton. Trying to be the first lefty starter to beat the Rangers this year. Texas is 5-0 against those they've already seen. And after working slow stuff away, inside with the fastball, too far inside.
That's what a couple of pitchers have been unable to do in Detroit. Get the fastball far enough inside. Porcello and Smiley both got it in a little bit, but not all the way in. And Josh hit the ball out of the ballpark to right field both times.
Seen that pitch a few times. Lays off it here. 2-2. The Saturday nightcap in Detroit. Josh went 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts. He said, I've done that before. I'll make some adjustments, come back the next day. Did he ever? Went 3 for 3 with a homer. The game yesterday. Homered in the first, sacrifice fly, tied the game at 2 in the 8th. The Rangers in position to win it in 11 as they finally did. Tremendous road trip for everyone, but especially for Josh Hamilton. Just does stay alive. Good foot out of the zone.
Yeah, it's pretty good just to make contact with that pitch.
To start Josh is off to 28 hits through 16 games. That equals the Rangers club record. Juan Gonzalez in 1998. Elvis is back safe. MVP year for Juan, though. And he's the first American leaguer to have that he has 28 hits in the first 16 games since 2000 when Darren Erstad did it with the Angels. He was the fastest Ranger to the 7 home run mark. There goes Elvis, but a swing and a miss. And 2 more strikeouts for Sabathia with a 13-pitch third. Bow ties. We look at the 4-game summary through 3. Yankees scored in the first on a 2-out 2-run Granderson single. Rangers on a double play ground out by Hamilton, bringing home Kinsler. And in the Yankee 4th, Curtis Granderson to lead off. RBIs 11 and 12 for him. Curtis just turned 31 last month. Came over December of '09 from the Tigers. Traded an older center fielder for a young one in Austin Jackson, and Granderson grounding out to Kinsler. And we expect a visit in the bottom half of this inning from Pudge Rodriguez. We look forward to Chatting with Pudge, who was honored before the game. Had his official retirement press conference this afternoon here at the ballpark. Tom taking part in the pregame ceremonies. Did you know that he was throwing out the first pitch, going to pretend he would do it from the mound, and then come behind home plate and throw to second to Michael Young? How great a moment was that?
Yeah, I did know he was going to do that. And to me, that's has to be one of the greatest opening pitches of a ball game. Certainly the best I've ever seen. And it's one thing to throw it from the mound. It's another thing to throw a strike from home plate to second. Not surprising to see Pudge do it, though. It was a great thrill for the fans to watch him do that, with Michael catching it at second base. A nice ceremony. Pudge was thoroughly pleased and thrilled to announce his retirement here at our ballpark in front of our fans.
Speaking of Michael Young, he handles third to take care of Andrew Jones. Adrian Beltre could not have done it any better, I don't think. Kept the balance. Knew he had time for an accurate throw. And he delivered it over to Napoli for the second out. Now the DH Nunez, who bounced back to Holland his first trip. Nunez, by trade, an infielder, but not a very steady glove, and so Joe Girardi using him as a DH more recently to give a half day off to Jeter or A-Rod or Cano. And he has played some outfield, and there's some sentiment in New York that with Brett Gardner on the disabled list, with a right elbow strain, maybe that's where Nunez ought to spend more time. His bat has been very, very valuable so far. 455 for the year coming in. Center field, and loping back is Craig Gentry. Derek Holland, a 10-pitch, 1, 2, 3, 4th, and we look forward to the visit from Pudge Rodriguez. Young, Napoli, and Cruz to hit in the Ranger fourth, and we're told that Pudge's visit will come in the top of the fifth inning. As Sabathia deals and misses with a curve. Young grounded back to Sabathia to win the first. CC needing only 38 pitches to get through the first 3 innings. And again, Young back to the mound. And time for our AT&T trivia question. Ivan Pudge Rodriguez, 13 gold gloves, all in the American League. Who has won the second most gold gloves as an American League catcher? Your hint for this one is if you have been around this area, in the last 30 years, at least, should know the answer. Napoli struck out leading off the second. First pitch here, grounded to Jeter.
I would say this game for Sabathia is kind of similar to the one that Verlander pitched, although he's thrown fewer pitches than Verlander. Verlander didn't have his good fastball and really was forced to throw breaking balls. He was very successful. Sabathia looks like he has a good fastball. He's just choosing to throw a lot of off-speed pitches. He's got Michael to tap back to the mound a couple of times with his changeup. And he's thrown some good breaking balls, one to strike out Josh, another hard breaking ball to strike out Brandon Snyder. So even though he has a good fastball today, he has really good off-speed pitches, and he's thrown a lot of strikes and had quick innings. Only thrown 42 pitches now.
Only needed 3 pitches to get the first 2 outs of this inning. Cruz reached on the throwing error by Jeter in the second. First error of the season for Derek Jeter, and just the 5th by the Yankees, who were leading the American League in fielding by a point over the Red Sox beginning play tonight. Yankees second in team batting average, behind the 303 hitting Rangers. Cruz drives that one deep off the wall and in the second with a double. Nelson Cruz a couple of feet from putting that one into the Ranger bullpen and tying the game.
Well, you knew he hit it hard. You could tell the way it jumped off the bat. The question was, did he hit it high enough to get it to elevate into the bullpen? And the answer was almost. He lines it just a little bit short of going in the Ranger bullpen, about halfway up the wall in right center field. So a 2-out double, and see if you're Veet, you got a base hit to tie this game.
And there's Nelson Cruz safe at second. Safe and secure New York life. So here is Torey Alba with an RBI opportunity. He flied to left in the second inning. And the breaking ball for a strike.
Yeah, after Cruz tattooed the fastball, he goes right back to the breaking ball.
Torey Alba, 7-game hitting streak coming in. One ball, one strike. Hard to find a Ranger who isn't blistering the ball these days. 303 as a team. 94 runs, most in the league. 2 balls and a strike. Not very often do you have, even this early in the season, the same team with the best batting average and team ERA. And by a considerable margin, that's what you have in this Ranger team. 2.48 team ERA. Now that's about a half run better than the runner-up A's. Left field, and Jones started in, adjusts, and makes the grab. Rangers get the 2-out double from Cruz. He is stranded, and through 4 it remains 2-1 Yankees. 13 Gold Gloves, all in the American League. I bet, Pudge, you know the answer to this. Who has the next most? Of course, your predecessor, Jim Sundberg.
Wow.
6 straight, all with the Rangers. Welcome.
Well, thank you. What a view. Beautiful.
Looks
view.
easy from up here, Pudge.
Yeah.
Of course, it looked
I
easy.
still love to be down there, to be honest.
Looked easy to you down there, too.
Very close to the action.
How would you describe this day? I know it's been an emotional day for you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been very emotional since I, told my wife and my family. Then that's it. And but today was a very special one. It was very hard. Starting in the press conference. I got this man right here make me cry. All the things that he said was beautiful. Appreciate it for that. But it was great. It was very nice. I think the fans, the organization, Don Green, Mr. Lonan, and the whole organization. It's a great organization to be. And I'm glad to be part for many years.
Then, Pudge, I thought that was the best part of the whole day, was the fact that you're going to stay with the Rangers and do some things with the Rangers, and that's going to make you very happy.
Absolutely. We have a good conversation earlier today, and I look forward to it. Be around, as being baseball, I'm going to be around baseball. So the only thing changes, I'm not going to be between those white lines, but so I'm going.
Well, let's go back as Chris Stewart gets the leadoff walk here in the fifth. Your very first game, age 19. What do you remember about that?
Well, I was, first of all, I was nervous all game. I was nervous, and not that bad. I was trying to look for a good pitch to hit and put the bat in the ball, and that was my track, right field, right center. I do that in the whole minor leagues, and I say, what you do in the minor league, that's what you got to do in the big leagues, and that was it. I got a great base hit. I remember that was the game-winning hit.
Yeah, you knocked in Juan Gonzalez.
Yeah, my brother from back home, and threw 2 guys out in second base. So it was a great day.
Was that Joey Cora that you threw out by about 20 feet?
I think, Joey Cora was the second guy.
The second guy?
The first guy was Lance Johnson.
Okay.
Yeah, Lance Johnson. Still remember. It's only been a couple of days.
Did you get a bigger kick out of hitting a homer or throwing out a base stealer? Or maybe even bigger, picking a guy off a base? Which did you enjoy the most?
I think, to be honest with you, my defense. I'm enjoying my defense. When I came in, when Mr. Bree me into the big leagues, they just want me to be behind the plate and just do what you're doing as a defensive catcher. And then during the time I was, wow.
Elvis makes that catch. Stewart is out.
Well, anyway, I was, I focus more on the defense side of the game, calling great games, have a good relationship with the pitcher, talking to the pitchers, and make sure I keep I keep the pitcher in the game and win ball games as a defensive.
Pudge, you were so good as a catcher at a young age. Who taught you how to catch as a youngster?
Well, it's a lot of coaches. My father, back home when I started playing baseball, when I was very, 6, 7 years old, I was a pitcher and catching and playing in third base, and my father find something special on me as behind the plate, and he just started to work with me behind the plate, and just teaching me how to catch, teach me how to throw, block, do the things, and I guess he make a great choice for me.
No kidding.
Derek Jeter's third hit of the day, and Stewart stops at third base. Well, let's look at some of your defensive highlights over the years.
That's Joey Cora, I think, their Pudge against Chicago.
Yeah.
Pudge, it almost seemed at times as if you kind of took it personally when someone tried to run on you.
Well,
What
it
are you
is.
trying? You know I'm going to gun you down. What do you think?
Well, it is because I think my philosophy is the more runners that I throw out at bases, the one run we're gonna get when we come to offense, and basically that was my philosophy. I'm a very aggressive.
High and deep out to right center field and caught by Gentry. Plenty deep for Stewart to come home, and it's 3-1 New York.
So I'm focusing on defensive, just like I always prepare in every pitch, every situation. Then the runner can run it at any pitch, and I always ready for every runner.
You were the MVP in 1999. You hit 332, 35 homers, 113 RBIs, unusual great defense, but 25 stolen bases. Did you just make up your mind that year that you were going to show one more skill that you hadn't quite shown? Certainly not to that level.
Well, to be honest with you, that's part of my workout. When in my off season, I do a lot of running in the track. Part of my preparation. Pretty much, I'm 3 weeks. 3 days a week running in the track. Basically, what I did all my career, and I still, to be honest with you, I'm still doing it. Is running on the track. Basically the same workout than any track and field practice. That's what I do, and basically I love those kind of work, and basically that's what you need to play 162 games. Just a good condition, physically and mentally to be able to hold on for 162 games. That's a lot of games for playing 7 months in the everyday basis. Mentally and physically you got to be ready, and the only way that you can do all those things is just have a good program in the offseason.
2 balls and 1 strike here to Cano.
I can remember during the season reading the newspaper in the lobby and watching you and Juan going on your way to the workout during the season. People don't realize how hard you guys work.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, you have to work hard. You have to prepare yourself and mentally to wake up in the morning. And if we got a night game, you got to make sure wake up in the morning, get a good breakfast, and go to the gym and work out for an hour and a half, and get ready for the game. Those things are going to help you a lot in your career. It's not basically 1 year. It's going to help you to play the game for a long time.
Base hit by Cano to right field. Jeter moves up. 2-on with 1 out for Alex Rodriguez. Look at as Mike Maddox comes out for a chat. Some of the offensive highlights of Pudge Rodriguez's career. Almost a 300 career average. Amazing 1999 season, maybe the best ever by a catcher. 311 home runs. No telling how many curtain calls. And that brings us to the love affair that Ranger fans seem to have with you from day one. Did you sense that you probably still to this day may be the most popular player in the history of this franchise?
Well, I appreciate that. Every time I come here, when I play here, for 2 years that I was here, the fans was, great to me. And even when I left, every time I came as a visitor, they were still like the same and give me some standing ovations, and even into today. And that to me is awesome. That's a great feeling to have, a ballpark to love you and appreciate all the things that you did for all those years. And those things are, it's gonna be all remembered for me for the rest of my life. And that's what I'm saying. All those are best fans in baseball.
A-Rod hits that one into the bullpen. A 3-run home run. His first hit this year against a left-handed pitcher. And it's a 4-run fifth for the Yankees.
Yeah, he's so strong.
Now, Derek got himself in trouble by walking the 9th place hitter to start the inning. That was Chris Stewart. Well, Alex had a good swing at that and hit it into their bullpen. Pudge, you know, you talk about how much the fans liked you. A lot of players never make the connection with the fans. You were able to do that because they sensed that you appreciated them, and they liked it when you turned around and smiled at them. They liked it on that foul tip down the right, foul ball down the right field line when you grabbed the French fry out of the fans' box.
Right.
You know,
I grabbed a jalapeno with it. And it was no out, so I had to be with that spicy mouth the whole inning.
Well, they loved you, but you showed the love to them, and that's why they loved you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's one of the things that I feel very happy about that.
I didn't know about the jalapeno.
Yeah, it was true. You know, it was great. That's the way I am. You know, even playing on the field and not playing on the field. You know, and they give me off days. You know, my teammates can tell you, you know, I wasn't in the clubhouse and in the dugout, happy, fun. You know, play around. Mm-hmm. And I'm enjoying that. That's the way. That's the person that I am. I'm a hyper person. I cannot sit and stay right there for long. I just gotta be moving.
What did you do in the games where you didn't play? Did you drive the manager crazy?
Yeah,
walking up and down.
I did. You know, I talked to the manager, come in, you know, play with my, you know, just play around with my teammate, talking about baseball and all that. But I always keeping myself, you know, just, you know, happy, fun, just doing things to make all my teammates and the coaches, you know, just make them relax and happy.
2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs to Curtis Granderson. And it is 3-2. So ideally, talk of you coming back, working with the organization. What could you see yourself doing if that works out?
Well, you know, we have a great conversation today. I think I'm going to be involved in a lot of things. Probably I'm going to be involved in things with the minor leagues and go for and visit the minor leagues and work with the young kids in the minor leagues. You know, come here when the team's in town and be talking to the players, do some things in the community. You know, I always love doing things on the community and things like that. So I look forward to it. I think it's going to be exciting, be nice, and it's everything to contribute, just to put a little bit more of my help into the organization, because this organization has been incredible. It's been great. You know, you can see the organization, the way it changed, and you know, the players, you know, the good team that they have, and you know, been in the World Series twice already, and the fans are come and support. You know, it's pretty much sold out every single night. So it's good to see that. Like, you know, it's good to see this in Texas.
Well, I don't know if you can squeeze this in, but I have already heard from an agent who wonders if you're interested in broadcasting. He would like to represent you.
Well, no, who knows? Let's see. It'll be good.
Can't rule it out, right?
Absolutely.
You live in Miami, but it's just really apparent that this, as far as your heart is concerned,
Absolutely.
Will always be home.
Yes, this is home. This is home for me. I love every time I come to Texas. I enjoy coming over here. And, you know, my kids, all 3 kids, they're born here. You know, like 2 oldest, they're born here in Arlington. And my little one born in Fort Worth, Texas. And they love it. You know, they love every time they come over here. They don't want to leave. So I think this is home for me. You know, great friends, you know, good memories here. So great place.
And your son Derek is now a professional player, correct?
Yes, it is. You know, he got drafted last year in the 6th round by the Twins, and he's doing good. He's in the Standard Spring in Fort Myers, Florida. So he's doing well. You know, he's working in his hitting. You know, and you know, he always got a good arm. You know, he got a future. You know, they like him a lot in the organization. So what he needs to do is just keep playing and keeping himself in good shape and be serious with the game. So if he do that, he's going to be a good player.
Andrew Jones drives that one deep to left field, and Hamilton runs it down for out number 3. Pudge, great having you around. A tremendous ceremony. Congratulations for your career, and thanks for spending part of your time.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much.
Pudge, I'm glad I was here for today.
Thank you very much.
Ranger half of the 5th, and strike 1 called to Snyder. DHing tonight. He struck out his first trip. And down here, no balls and 2 strikes. Hope you enjoy that visit with Pudge Rodriguez. This entire day, Tom, you've taken part in both the press conference this afternoon, the pregame ceremony tonight. So well deserved, and for the fans to get their chance to take part back here in Arlington tonight, you could sense everyone here really appreciated the entire ceremony, the whole day.
Yeah, it was a great day. One of the better press conferences I've ever been to. The thing I liked about the press conference was how many of his teammates came back. I saw Kenny Hill there. Saw Rafael Palmeiro was there. Mark McLemore was there. Benji Gill, John Burkett, and a number of other guys who I'm probably not even mentioning. So that was very nice to see them all come back. Pudge's family was there, and I don't think the Rangers could have planned the day, and it couldn't have gone any better for the Rangers than it did today. And Pudge, I know I could tell by every word he said and the way the expression was on his face how much he appreciated it.
Stewart has to make the throw down, and Snyder strikes out for the 2nd time. And let's go back to our Fox Sports Southwest studio for a Mazda CX-5 game break. Here's Leslie McCaslin. All right, Leslie. One out. Here's Gentry, who lined to left his first time up. Showing bunt here, and he takes a strike. Well, Tom, when you signed Pudge Rodriguez as a teenager, what did you think his upside was?
Well, I didn't know much about Pudge. Sandy Johnson and Doug Gassaway went to Puerto Rico. Louis Rosa held the tryout camp. And Sandy and Doug kind of discovered Pudge at that tryout camp. They signed him. Sandy loved everything about him. But it's difficult to predict when a kid is 16 or 17 what kind of an offensive player he was going to become. Now, the one thing that they said was, we've seen very few 17-year-olds with this kind of an arm. He looks like he's going to be a terrific catcher. Well, you know, there's been a lot of catchers who have been really good defensive players but didn't hit enough to become tremendous players. But as time went on, Pudge got better and better. The reason he always moved quickly in the farm system, probably to leagues he wasn't quite ready for age-wise, was because he made contact. He didn't strike out a lot. He would never be overmatched. His average and his numbers offensively really never took off. Nice pitch on the outside corner in the minor leagues. And they didn't immediately in the big leagues. His defense carried him, and then after he matured and got to be 23, 24, 25 years old, then his offense came into play, and he became one of the best offensive catchers in baseball to go along with his defense. And when that happened, he really was one of the best players in baseball. Not just one of the best catchers in baseball, one of the best all-around players in baseball.
And we talked about his MVP year, and remember the next year he was hitting .347, 27 homers, 83 driven in, just through 91 games until his season ended with the fractured right thumb.
Yeah, he took a foul tip off the glove and had that happen to his thumb. The year he was having that year could easily have been better than the year he had as an MVP. Well, I think everybody hoped that he would become an excellent big leaguer, but it's hard to say anyone imagined when he was 16 or 17 and signed that he could become this kind of a player. You need a crystal ball to be able to see that.
You had a pretty good role there. You signed Juan Gonzalez right around that same period, as I recall.
Yeah, Louis Rosa was the same scout that signed Juan Gonzalez. He was involved with Sammy Sosa and Wilson Alvarez. Sandy and Louis had worked together in San Diego. In San Diego, they signed Benito Santiago. They signed both of the Alomars, Roberto Alomar, who obviously just went to the Hall of Fame. They signed Carlos Baerga, who became an all-star player. So they signed a lot of great players over there. And then over here, they signed Ray Sanchez and Jose Hernandez, guys that went on to be regulars and had excellent big league careers. So that combo was a tremendous combo for signing Puerto Rican players. But then Puerto Rican players became subject to the draft, and you couldn't just go there, scout them, and sign them like you can now in the Dominican Republic. You had to include them in the draft, and kind of took the Rangers' advantage away in Puerto Rico.
Well, Sabathia's first 10 pitches this inning were all strikes. And he got ahead of Kinsler, but now runs the count full. Only at 62 pitches. Kinsler scored the Ranger run in the first after a leadoff single on a double play ball. And he looks at strike three, and Sabathia strikes out the side here in the fifth. Up to 7 for the game. 6-1 New York.
Yankees 6-1, and also Dave and Tom. Interesting family here. The house divided. This is Andrea and Alex. They came all the way in from Midland Grove. Andrea, what's this all about?
All I gotta say, number 2, let's go. Rangers gonna beat the Yankees. Rangers.
And what you got? What's on the line here?
What's on the line? We're gonna beat the Yankees. That's all I gotta say.
The deal was the Yankees win. No, the Rangers win. I walk home back to Midland.
Okay, you walk home. So the Rangers come back. He's walking home to Midland.
No matter what, it doesn't matter. He's walking home.
All right, we'll see. All right. Well, congratulations there. Okay. Hopefully you'll lose tonight. And good luck, Andrea. Thank you. Thank you.
Sounded like he's walking home to Midland no matter what. I hope not.
Well, he either loses the bet and walks home, or he wins the bet and she's so mad she's going to make him walk home.
Stewart drives this one deep to left center field, right at the 404 mark, and he has a double. And Chris Stewart posed problems for Holland. The leadoff walk in the 5th, key to 4-run inning, and Mark McLemore now joins us. Let's talk Pudge, first of all. This is the day devoted to Pudge Rodriguez. As a teammate, how much fun it must have been to play with Pudge Rodriguez, especially when guys are trying to steal and you get to take his throws at second base.
Well, it was funny because the first throw that I got from him, I was late. And I caught the ball, didn't get the runner, and he was a little upset. He said, Mac, you got to get to the back sooner than that. You know, I'm not used to a catcher, getting the ball down there, such quick feet, accurate, strong arm. But after that initial throw, man, I just loved it. We just sit there and wait. I could just sit there and wait all day long and hold the ball knowing he was going to put the ball right on the bag, and usually before that runner.
I thought it was really nice, Mac, at the press conference, how many of Pudge's ex-teammates showed up.
Jeter sends this one over Kers's head and off the wall, and Stewart will score. Derek Jeter is 4 for 4, and it's 7-1.
Well, the Rangers obviously have not had a game like this year. They've had some like this where they were on top. But the 3 games the Rangers have lost have been 4-3, 4-3, and 3-2. First time the other team has muscled up on the Rangers this year. But if one team was going to do it, the Yankees certainly are a team that's capable of scoring a lot of runs.
And, it's going to happen. They weren't going to go all season, and not have a game like this. And, but by no means are they out of it. CC's tough, but it doesn't mean they're out of it. But, they just weren't going to be able to win and play every game the way they've been playing these first 15.
Up for the second time in the bullpen, Mark Lowe.
Yeah, the Rangers actually caught a bad break when the Yankees got rained out in Baltimore. The Yankees would have gotten in here, in Boston, they would have gotten here at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Sabathia would have pitched last night. Instead, they got in here early, got a good rest, and have their ace on the mound to start the series.
Rangers had not given up more than 5 runs until tonight. They allowed 5 April 9th against Seattle. The only other team yet to allow more than 5 was the Pirates. Starting play tonight. They had been rained out at home against the Rockies. So Nick Swisher 0 for 2, sacrifice fly, part of the 4-run 5th inning. Seven runs on 9 hits and error, 4 left for the Yankees, a run on 4 hits and error, and 3 men left on for the Rangers. Derek Holland now at 106 pitches. Settled in the second, third, and fourth after allowing 2 runs in the first, and then the leadoff walk to the number 9 hitting catcher opened the floodgates in the 5th. And the double by Stewart producing another run on the Jeter double here in the 6th. One of his better placed fastballs right there, 2-2 to Swisher. Mac, in your mind, I think I know the answer to this. Let's get you on the record. Which has to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, doesn't it?
In my mind, there's no doubt about it. 2,800, almost 2,900 hits, 13 Gold Gloves, 10 of them in a row. I don't know how many All-Star appearances.
14, I think.
Yeah, I think the definition of a Hall of Famer.
Grounded to Young. Out number 2.
I think the definition of a Hall of Famer is being dominant in your era, and that's exactly what he was. And for a long time, it wasn't just a 7 or 8 year or 9 or even a 10-year run. It was pretty much a 15-year run where he really could decide a game, whether it was from behind the plate or at the plate offensively.
Robinson Cano will be the batter with 2 outs. He's 2 for 3 and has scored after singles in the 1st and the 5th. Now go back to how many years Pudge threw out about half the base stealers. Now if you throw out 30%, you have a good chance of leading the league.
You throw out 30%, you're great. If Pudge ever threw out 30%, he would probably be at the doctor's every day wondering what's going on.
Yeah, I think Pudge for his career, I'm not sure what it was, 41%, 42% for his whole career. Not a brushback pitch, just a curveball that never came back down where he wanted it to.
Eric's first 3 starts were all quality starts. Looked like he might have been on the way to another one tonight. But scuffling, trying to get through the 6th inning here, and a ball and a strike to Cano. He's never beaten the Yankees. He was 0-4 with a 9 ERA coming into this matchup tonight. He did beat them as a relief pitcher in the ALCS 2010 Game 4. But never in the regular season. Grounded to Napoli on the backhand. Holland covers. But the Yankees add another run on the back-to-back doubles by Stewart and Jeter, and it's 7-1. By Sonic. Tonight's jackpot worth $600 and dinner for 2 at a Sonic drive-in. Tonight the Rangers are hitting for J. Lee Pearson from Bonham. If a Ranger hits a grand slam during this inning, J. Lee Pearson wins $25,000. You can register at any participating Sonic restaurant. 2, 3, and 4 hitters against Sabathia here in the 6th. Andrews, Hamilton, and Young. Sabathia allowing a run on 2 hits in the 1st. Since then, only 2 hits. The only other base runner was Cruz on the Jeter error back in the 2nd. And he's doing it throwing a minimum of pitches, just 63 needed to get through the first 5.
We were remarking earlier, Mac, it looks like CC has lost a little weight.
It does look that way. He looks like he's in really good shape.
Andrews grounding out to Jeter.
Yeah,
It's now 2 for 3.
Looking at a lot of the guys on the Yankees look like they've lost some weight. Alex looks like he's lost weight. Tex as well. Nick Swisher.
Cruz, Hamilton. It's a trend.
I think it is. Guys are starting to realize, okay, I think I need to be in shape to play this game.
Well, it makes sense to stay in shape because if you're a good player and you can play every extra year you play, nowadays is 4 million, 5 million, 10 million, whatever it is.
Not
so
bad.
Staying in shape to get that extra payday makes a lot of sense.
Pretty good incentive.
Yeah.
Here is Hamilton. First inning, Kinsler scored on his double play grounder, and then the 3rd he struck out. 1 of 7 rung up by Sabathia through 5 1/3. There goes the bat.
Watch out.
He will get some attention. Hope he's okay. As much as we have seen Josh do that, it's amazing that now fans, for the most part, have been reacting very well and getting out of the way. That one came in pretty quickly at a low angle, it looked like. So we hope that gentleman's all right. And 2 balls and a strike now to Josh. Michael Young will be next. Opposite field shot there, foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It seems like not that long ago, the focus on the schedule the Rangers are in the middle of would have been, oh, look at all these tough teams. This is going to be a rough stretch. That seems not even to enter the Rangers' minds, who they're playing. It's we do what we do. This is what Josh Hamilton does. Home run number 8. With that, J. Lee Pearson from Bonham wins $600. Sonic Slam inning winner.
A lot of breaking balls from Sabathia to Josh. This one never got where he wanted it to. This one stayed right in the middle of the plate. And the rest is history.
So 7-2. And Michael Young tries the first pitch deep and foul.
Well, David, you're talking about the schedule, and there are obviously certain parts of the schedule that are tougher than others. But I think it used to be where, there were years where the Rangers were the only ones looking at how tough the schedule is. Now the other teams look to see when they're playing the Rangers because they know that's their part of this tough schedule.
That's right. You have those the position players looking at the rotation to see who they're facing. Okay, do we have Colby? Oh, we've got Holland. Oh, we've got Harrison. A lot of guys that get a little bit of itis going on sometimes, and I think you've got a lot of guys who are doing that now against the Rangers.
Yeah, I guess, Mac, the good thing about the Rangers staff is you don't really look to see whether you're going to get the weak part of the rotation. You just want to know who it's going to be.
Which part?
None of it's going to be weak.
How far do you think we might be from seeing some players come down with the U flu?
I think they're going to have to face him a few times first.
Yeah, that's a ways down the road.
Yeah.
Josh Hamilton's drive 422 feet. He's 8th of the year.
There were a lot of people that came down with the Nolan Ryan flu, though.
Pudge, third most homers here, Tom.
When Jim Bibby pitched here and he was throwing 100 miles an hour, there were a lot of guys who didn't want to face him either.
That was our Ford leaderboard. Another grounded foul. The fastest Ranger ever to 8 home runs was A-Rod in 2002. It took him 18 games. Hamilton has beaten him by a game. Number 8 in game number 17. 2-2 to Young. Center field. Granderson is there for out number 2.
First baseman, Mike Napoli.
We'll bring up Napoli. Mike has struck out and grounded to short tonight. It was remarkable how fast Mike Napoli turned it around. He had a slow start, and then it's like he snapped his fingers, and suddenly he was as hot as he was the second half in the postseason last year.
The microwave. That's exactly how he did it. I mean, he was behind, his rhythm wasn't there, his timing wasn't there, and all of a sudden it showed up, and it showed up in a big way.
Here in the chance. Home run cut and a ball and a strike.
Well, Sabathia really has had a nice assortment of pitches tonight. Can't go up there and get locked into a fastball, that's for sure, whether it's a slider, a curveball, or the changeup that he's throwing. Really mixed them up well.
Way into the seats, the ball and 2 strikes. Where did you have the Yankees in the East? Did you have them winning it again this year? A lot of the kind of the trendy pickers. Tampa Bay might take over the division.
I have the Yankees in Boston battling it out. I don't think Tampa can really do it. I think they'll be close, but I don't think they can finish it off.
Strikeout number 8 for CC Sabathia. Got a little offense. That's what you're up here for.
I'm getting better. We're getting better.
Mark McElroy, we'll see you on Rangers Live.
Thank you, Doc.
All on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. By AT&T. And by Jack in the Box. Mark Lowe is on in relief of Derek Holland. And in the 7th, he has A-Rod, Teixeira, and Granderson. Strike one to Rodriguez. He walked his first 2 trips. And then a 3-run homer in the 4-run 5th. Lowe on for just the 3rd time this year. Derek in 6 innings allowed 7 runs, all earned on 9 hits, only 1 strikeout, and that was Teixeira in the 1st. He walked 4. Costly one was the leadoff walk to the number 9 hitter, the catcher Chris Stewart, in the 5th. A-Rod with the 3-run home run moved up to 1,900 career runs batted in. He is 3 behind Willie Mays for 8th on the all-time list. Home run number 632. 28 behind Mays. This one may be another one. Gentry with his back to the wall and straightaway center.
No wind tonight. Flags are straight down. So no help from the jet stream. Like Alex hit that ball pretty well, but not well enough. Hit it 400 feet.
Tracking it all the way, backpedaling. So Rodriguez retired for the first time. Teixeira is 0 for 3. Strikeout, double play grounder, and last time rolled out to short. Mark Lowe pitching for the first time in 6 days. He worked a scoreless 9th inning at Boston on Tuesday night. And his only other outing, April 9th against the White Sox.
You know you're a pretty hard thrower when you take something off and it's 89 miles an hour to get the batter way out in front of it. But that last pitch was an off-speed pitch, and Teixeira was way out in front of it at 89 miles an hour. A very good slider right there ahead in the count. Tried to get Teixeira to swing at it.
Yankees got 2 in the 1st. Rangers answered back with a run. 4 in the 5th, another in the 6th for New York. Hamilton homer in the bottom of the 6th for the Rangers. 1-2 pitch. Just misses.
One before it could have been a strike, down and in, borderline pitch. That one looked like it tried to come in and catch the outside corner, never got there, but you see number 3 down in the lower left. Could have been a strike.
And still 2-2. Tomorrow night, back to our usual start time, 7 o'clock here on Fox Sports Southwest. Just a couple thousand tickets going fast for Yu Darvish against Hiroki Kuroda. That will be just the 7th time in Major League history that Japanese-born pitchers will face against each other as starters. Lifted high. Not deep to center. Gentry coming in for out number 2. A Nissan pitching matchup tomorrow. Darvish coming off his best start. Done better every start. He'll try to win his 3rd, and Kuroda, former Dodger, 1-2.
last time Japanese starters faced each other. July of 2010, Kuroda with the Dodgers started against Isanori Takahashi of the Mets. And tomorrow night again, the 7th in history. Curtis Granderson, a 2-run single in the first, got the Yankees going. Grounded to second in the 4th, and he walked in the 5th. Pops this one straight back. Wednesday night, the series concluding at 7 on Fox Sports Southwest. Scott Feldman against Phil Hughes, the matchup Wednesday. Scott will get the spot start. Right in there at 95 from Mark Lode. It's 1-2.
Nice pitch. Wow. Mark looked good in that inning. Great fastballs, some good sliders, and not sure what that last pitch was. It went down like a splitter.
1, 2, 3, stretch time. Nelson Cruz to lead off the bottom of the 7th, and the Rangers need to get something going, down 7-2 to CC Sabathia, who has only thrown now 82 pitches and allowed 5 base hits. 1 to Cruz last time up, a 2-out double. First time up, he reached on the throwing error by Derek Jeter on a routine grounder. Toriyama next, and then Snyder here in the 7th. Up high, 3 balls and no strikes. Rangers have not been in this position this year. Not very often late last year, for that matter. Lead off 4-pitch walk.
I haven't seen anything like that in the game from Sabathia.
Let's check in with Emily Jones.
Oh, this team has made a living out of not paying attention to what is said outside of this clubhouse. However, the Rangers bandwagon has not been this crowded this early in the season in quite some time, if ever. So I asked Michael Young if it was becoming increasingly difficult to tune out all that positive chatter.
That's easy. I mean, we don't care, to be honest with you. We've been on this road before, so we know what it's like to play good baseball. We just focus on trying to get a little better.
However, guys, we do know how reactionary this society has become, and if they lose this game tonight, everyone may jump off and say the Yankees are now the best team in baseball. So we'll see what the chatter is like tomorrow, huh?
Oh, surely not.
That's a good thing about baseball, Em. You can lose one night, come right back and change the sentiment.
0-2 to Torrealba. Twice flied to left. Hard last time. Andrew Jones still able to make the catch. Jorvit yet to extend a 7-game hitting streak. The Rangers have definitely spoiled us. This popped up down the right field line. Swisher is there, just in fair territory. The Rangers have won 23 of the last 27 regular season games they've played. Closed last year with a 6-game winning streak, 8-game winning streak until Saturday. They have won 11 straight regular season series, the first 5 series of this year. And the last 14 series they have won 12, split one, and lost only one. Brandon Snyder has struck out both trips. So people that wondered about carryover from last year, well, the carryover is the Rangers picked up winning with regularity to begin this year, just as they ended the 2011 season.
Yeah, I'm sure in the dugout, anyone in uniform never had a second thought that there would be carryover. But after a tough loss to the Cardinals like that was, that's something everybody else wanted to talk about. All the sports writers, all the columnists, some of the fans. How will they bounce back? I think they were talking about, if I were a player, it would be very hard for me to bounce back. But the people writing that aren't players. The players don't worry about that stuff. I've talked about this a lot, that in baseball you learn to deal with that kind of thing. You have a terrible game one night, you come right back the next day, and you have to put it behind you, and players learn how to do that. Well, it makes sense. After a tough loss, you go through your grieving process, but as soon as you start working out and get to spring training, that's a thing of the past. You don't even think about that. Like Michael said, they don't care about that.
The last team to win a series in the regular season against the Rangers, Boston, late last August, took 3 out of 4 here. How things turn around, Tom. The Red Sox at that time looked like they might be clearly the best team in the majors, and right about then is when they cratered.
Yep, that's when they started eating chicken and drinking beer in the clubhouse.
That's a fair ball, and it's past A-Rod, and down the line it goes. Cruz to third on a double by Brandon Snyder.
Yeah, and if Brandon got kind of a bad break on that, and so did the Rangers. If that ball didn't hit the wall where it juts out and bounce right straight to Andrew Jones and went down into the corner, and Cruz easily would have scored. And depending on the angle that Jones took to the ball, might have been a triple. Right over the corner of the bag. And you can see Marvin Hudson right on top of that call. A-Rod can't get to it.
Dave Anderson with the stop sign. Andrew Jones got to it before it could get all the way in the corner. So 2 in scoring position, 1 out for Gentry. Craig hit it hard his first time up. Went around here, says Ted Barrett.
Wow, I didn't even think that was going to get a look to first base. Must not have been watching it. Let's check it out. That's not a swing. That's a missed call. Tough call, too. It's easy for us to say. We have to see the slow motion replay. Not as easy for an umpire. Those are tough calls, but the replay showed that was not a swing.
That was a ball, 1-1. Gentry lined hard to left in the 3rd and caught looking in the 5th. He has 2 RBIs on the year. Chance here to get that many with 1 swing of the bat. Get the Rangers back in this thing. Big cut with the breaking ball, and it's 1-2.
He really has had an excellent assortment of breaking balls tonight. That's been the key for him. A good curveball, good changeup, good command of it. He's hung some of them. One of them, notably to Josh Hamilton, who homered off the hanger. For the most part, been a tough pitch to hit all night long for all the Ranger hitters. That's why he's a 20-game winner.
And that is as advertised as people cover the Yankees. Saying before the game that Sabathia's fastball command has come and gone this year, but the curve and the change have been saving it.
He's 60-23 as a Yankee. The Yankees are pretty happy with that contract they gave him. He had at least 11 wins in all 11 of his years.
Pass to diving Teixeira down the right field line. Cruz scores. Snyder scores. It's a 2-run double for Gentry, and the Rangers are within 3.
Yeah, a little damage by the bottom of the order. Brandon and Craig. Back-to-back doubles. One down the left field line and one just by Teixeira down the right field line. And all of a sudden, what looked like a commanding Yankee lead has turned into something other than that. Fastball to hit right in the middle of center square. Only one out, and that top of the order coming up now.
Almost a spectacular diving stop by Mark Teixeira. But instead, RBIs 3 and 4 for Gentry. And a 7-4 lead. And a visit to the mound from the Yankees pitching coach Larry Rothschild.
Little hop right here does him in. He got his glove there if the ball didn't come up like that. But the ball came up and jumped right over Mark's glove.
Stirring out in the New York bullpen now. Rafael Soriano begins to throw, and here is Ian Kinsler. Singled and scored in the 1st, has struck out twice since then. And he looks at a high strike. Here's Soriano. Yankees bullpen has the best ERA in the league as a group, 2.14. Chop to short. And Jeter and us out number 2. Gentry has to stay put. To celebrate 40 years of baseball in the Metroplex, Metro PCS and Southwest Airlines are offering a chance to win a trip for 4 to see the Rangers play in Los Angeles. Register to win at MetroPCSFlyaway.com. But a good night for Elvis Andrus. Singles his first 2 trips. Grounded to short in the 6th. 2 outs. He has Gentry still at second. Another first pitch strike. The 101st pitch of the night for Sabathia. has specialized in the first pitch strike tonight. He's thrown 70 strikes against just 31 balls. Good outside. His only walk has turned into a run. The 4-pitch leadoff walk to Cruz. That number is 136 points better than Elvis's overall average. He has been at his best with men in scoring position. If he keeps the inning going, Hamilton would be next. He homered his last time up. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And right to the second baseman, Robinson Cano. The Rangers get 2 runs on 2 base hits and leave 1. We go to the 8th. It's now 7-4 New York. Rover keys to the game. Curtis Granderson, a 2-run single in the first to get the Yankees on top early. Alex Rodriguez, a 3-run blast in the 4-run 5th to stretch the lead to at one time 7-1, but the Rangers got a run in the 6th on the Hamilton home run. They just got 2 in the bottom of the 7th. And the 8th, bottom third of the Yankee order, beginning with Andrew Jones.
Go ahead, Dave.
0 for 3.
Good opportunity for Mark to go back out and get another inning. Got a really good first inning in the 7th. 2 flyouts and a strikeout. Threw some great pitches. Good fastball, good slider. Off-speed pitch to go along with both of them.
High 2 balls and no strikes. Jones just has flied to center and optimized by 2 of the best defensive plays of the night. One, a diving stop and on target throw from Young at third, and last time up. Great running catch by Hamilton on a ball that looked like it was definitely going to be over his head and off the wall out in left field.
Yeah, Josh has made 2 good plays out there. Once earlier in the game when he had to battle the sun on a very similar play.
Taking that one down the middle, and it's 2-2. $48,234. The Rangers' 3rd sellout of the year. Maybe the first of 6 sellouts in this homestand. Down goes Jones. 2nd straight strikeout for Mark Lowe. Our Jimmy John's delivery of the game, actually before the game.
It doesn't seem right, ladies and gentlemen. Michael Young.
Pudge.
When you're ready, Pudge, fire a strike to Michael Young.
That is the only way Pudge Rodriguez should throw out the first ball. And the crowd started roaring as soon as he came off the mound and headed for home plate. Michael Young went out the second.
Stroke of genius right there. Whoever planned that. Fans absolutely loved it.
And of course he threw a strike. Eduardo Nunez 0 for 3 tonight. Came in at 455. He's bounced to the mound, fly to center, and popped to short. And pops this one up on the left side of the infield, and Young comes in for the second out. You haven't been to the ballpark yet this year. You might want to check out center field, the new plaza out there, the Budweiser bow tie, Captain Morgan Club out in left center field.
Everybody loves to be on camera. Try to figure out how he can look at the camera and see himself on the screen.
Can't do both.
All you can see is the back of your head. Boy, a lot of quality strikes from Mark. 2 outs here in the 8th. He's pitched 1 2/3, only thrown 23 pitches. This is as nicely as Mark has thrown since the beginning of spring training. Great to see him throw a ball like this.
Chris Stewart, who had not played at all the last 4 games, has played a big role in this one. He led off the 4-run 5th with a walk. Scored then, doubled in the 6th, and Jeter doubled him home. SRO tonight. Just 2,000 tickets left for the rest of this homestand. Yankees the next 2 nights. Tampa Bay in over the weekend. 2 balls and 2 strikes. All 3 games with the Rays will be 7 o'clock starts, including Sunday night. After an off day on Thursday. And the Rangers go right back on the road, an even longer trip. 10 games in 11 days to Toronto, Cleveland, and Baltimore.
Yeah, tough trip. It starts with the first trip after the Tampa Bay game to Toronto. That'll be about a 5 o'clock arrival time. And then we play in Baltimore the last day of the trip, night game, and come home the next day and play the Angels. That'll be about a 3 or 4 o'clock arrival, probably. 3 o'clock maybe with a time change. So for us old guys, that's tough travel. Great job by Mark. Wow.
He is retired. All 6 Yankees he has faced. 3 of them on strikes.
I'd have to say that's Mark's best outing as a Ranger right there.
Swing and a miss on the first pitch to Josh Hamilton in the bottom of the 8th, and CC Sabathia has thrown a first pitch strike to 23 of the 30 batters he has faced tonight. Pitch number 106. Broken bat.
The bat almost beat the ball to second base.
It went almost all the way out to Cano.
They were going in tandem.
Let's check in with Jim Knox.
All right, Dave, real quick, time for the progressive fan of the game. In honor of Pudge Rodriguez, we have the Pudge look-alike. This is Joel, 9 months old. Congratulations from Dallas. Here's the bag, here's the shirt, here's the jersey. Congratulations, Pudge Jr., progressive fan of the game. Take a look at this guy, Tom. I mean, this guy, he weighs like about 100 pounds. He's 9 months old. He's got the face and everything. Pudge Jr., progressive fan of the game. Way to go, Mom, big Ranger fan.
Boy, what a great-looking kid. That kid does not look 9 months old, though. That could be a little Pudge right there.
He's a little pudgy.
Tell you what, if he's not afraid of Jim Knox, he's got a chance to be a pretty tough kid.
Hi, Grandma. Hi, Grandma.
Michael Young grounding to Jeter. 2 outs in the Ranger 8th. And Michael is 0 for 4. His 10-game hit streak some jeopardy now. Hitting the road, take the Rangers with you this season. Subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every Rangers out-of-market game live online and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit TexasRangers.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. So Sabathia has held Michael Young to 0 for 4. Napoli is 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Rodriguez. 3 groundouts as the Rangers go in order in the 8th on just 5 pitches. Continue tomorrow when Chelsea takes on Barcelona. Then on Wednesday, Real Madrid meets Bayern Munich. The UEFA Champions League semifinals live tomorrow and Wednesday at 1 Central on Fox Soccer and FX. 9th inning, and Koji Uehara is on to work to the top of the order after 2 perfect innings of Mark Lowe relief featuring 3 strikeouts.
Yeah, that really was the best outing we've seen Mark have. He really threw the ball exceptionally well tonight. He had good location with an excellent fastball, sliders, off in a changeup it looked like that he was throwing. That was really terrific.
Jeter, Swisher, Cano, top of the order. It is a 4-hit night for Derek Jeter. He has scored 2 and driven in 1. He started him off with a leadoff infield single in the first. He and Cano scored on a base hit by Granderson. Singled again in the second and again in the fifth when he came home on the 3-run A-Rod blast and doubled in Stewart after his 1-out double in the sixth. So Jeter's jumped his average from 382 to 417 tonight. And his hitting streak is now at 13. And Mariano Rivera will be ready for the bottom of the ninth. For Koji, last 2 appearances, 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 1/3 innings, allowing home runs in both of those outings. Second time this year for Jeter to have 4 hits. But he gets Jeter swinging like a splitter.
Well, Koji's been throwing the ball better too. Koji's problem is it just doesn't seem like he can get away with a mistake. Every mistake he makes, the batter hits it out of the ballpark. But he's had better control, command of his splitter, which is very important for him. And even though he gave up a home run to Cabrera the other day, he threw the ball well. Hopefully that'll continue. We have not seen Koji at his best yet.
Swisher looks at strike 1. 0 for 3 with a sacrifice fly. Leads the league now with 21 runs batted in. Koji looks sharp.
That's his splitter and essentially a changeup that drops down, has good movement on it. But it's the change of speed that makes it effective. And it depends on an effective fastball to go along with it, to set it up. And the first pitch to Swisher was a fastball. And then he was out in front of the splitter.
That's a good on 0-2. Fastball and it rides high. Well, stop me if you've heard this before. Boston jumped out to a 3-0 lead at Minnesota. John Lester on the mound looking strong. Twins just got 4 in the 4th. And they lead that one 4-3.
Oh, Red Sox pitching has just been terrible. There's the splitter, and he struck out 2 guys with it. So Mark Lowe came in with an exceptional 2-inning outing, as well as we've seen him throw the ball as a Ranger, and now Koji. If we can get Cano, might do the same thing.
Let's check in with John Radigan.
Hey, Dave, out here in the Captain Morgan Club on the Rangers live set. What a great new spot we have. If you haven't checked it out, make sure you do that. In the meantime, get ready for Rangers Live after the game. You know, this team might just have a comeback in it. Either way, we're here with a complete post-game wrap-up. Lots of post-game reaction to this one. Look back at the Pudge ceremony and talk about tomorrow as well. It's all coming up on Rangers Live, guys.
All right, John. Robinson Cano is 2 for 4 and has scored twice. But Holland, Lowe, and Uehara now have retired 10 straight. It's the high fastball, 1-1. Holland retired his last 2 after the Jeter RBI double in the 6th. Made it 7-1. Lowe got all 6 of his men, and Koji trying to follow that up for the 1-2-3 ninth. And he's a strike away.
Koji's got it working so far. That'd be something if he hit Cano right here and strike out the side. Threw the fastball by him right there.
The Ranger ninth, Cruz, Torrealba, and Snyder are due up. The 1-2 to Cano. Here's foul back.
Better location with that fastball. Instead of making it out over the plate near the middle of the plate, he got that one in on his fist a little bit. So as much as anything for Koji, it's been probably the location of his fastball that's hurt him. Number 4 is on the inside corner and jammed him a little bit.
Lifted into high, shallow center field. Craig Gentry makes the catch. 2 strikeouts in a 1-2-3 ninth. Last chance for the Rangers, and it will begin with Cruz with Rivera at the ready. Brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Visit your local Ford dealer and drive the 2012 F-150 Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Ford is the best in Texas. By Budweiser, great times are waiting. Grab some buds. And by the Progressive Insurance Group. For money-saving car insurance quote, call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE today. Sell out of 48,234. Hoping for a big ninth inning rally. But it will have to come against Mariano Rivera, who's on for the 7th time this year and the 1,049th time in his career. That is 9th all time.
Well, it's unusual, Dave, to see him come into a game and see the first number of his ERA be a 3. Not that that's a bad number, but for him it's usually a 1 or a 2. And it's early in the year, so really kind of a meaningless thing to point out anyway.
Blown save was opening day behind CC Sabathia as Tampa Bay rallied to win in the bottom of the 9th at Tropicana Field. First up here is Cruz, who's reached on a Jeter error, doubled and walked. And he looks at his strike. He led off the 7th with a 4-pitch walk, the only one issued by Sabathia, and came around to score. CC, 8 innings, 4 runs on 7 hits. He struck out 8 and issued just that 1 walk. And strike 2 to Nelly. Five more and counting ahead of the previous all-time saves leader, Trevor Hoffman.
Well, whoever the active leader is, he's got a long way to go. the active, I guess, second place in saves. He is the active leader.
He's got at least one save in 17 consecutive seasons. That's the longest streak in AL history. Sabathia on the night threw 109 pitches, 77 were for strikes. He stayed ahead of just about everybody. Two big blows, a Hamilton homer in the 6th and the Gentry 2-run double in the 7th. That made it a save situation for Rivera. 2-2. And Tom, the runner-up in active saves, Francisco Cordero.
Wow.
328. He's a ways in the rear.
He's out of the running then. I don't know who it would be that could even come close. Who's a good young closer?
Well hit right field. Swisher on the track makes the catch against the wall.
He gave it a pretty good ride
in that one, didn't he? Was this the rare hittable cutter from him?
Well, it stayed up a little bit for Nelly. Looked like he got the pretty good part of the bat on it. Just didn't have quite enough oomph behind it. And one of these years, Rivera's not going to be very good. I don't know when that's going to be, but sooner or later it's got to happen. It happens to everybody.
Starts Torrealba with a strike.
Hasn't happened yet, that's for sure.
Well, maybe if he's still going into his 50s.
Yeah, like Jamie Moyer.
Yeah. Lifted to center. And Curtis Granderson is there. And the Rangers down to their final out.
Well, Jamie Moyer's the only pitcher to win a game when he's 50. Maybe Rivera will be the only one to save a game when he's 50.
So Mitch Moreland will pinch hit for Brandon Snyder. Mitch hitting 156, a homer, 4 runs batted in. Against Rivera, he is 0 for 4. He takes ball 1. David Murphy has come out on deck. Should Moreland reach, he'll bat for Craig Gentry. Waved at that one. It was going to be inside, and it's 1-1. Couple rough innings for Derek Holland tonight.
Well, it makes a young pitcher feel good when someone like Michael comes over and smiles at him and pats him on the back. Forget about that one, kid. That's words of wisdom you soak up as a young player right there when the veteran leader comes over and takes the time late in the game to chat it up with you.
Rivera's 2-1 pitch. It is inside, and it's 3 balls and a strike.
Get a couple base runners and see what can happen.
Might have broken his bat. Teixeira feeds Rivera. And the Yankees take game 1 of the 3-game series 7-4. As Mariano Rivera does what he has done more than anybody in baseball history. Save number 4. CC Sabathia improves to 2-0, and Derek Holland suffers his first loss. He falls to 2-1. 7-4 Yankees. Rangers Live is coming up.
Bye.